Welcome back to episode 16 of Zielonka. We're just popping across the road to the store so that we can lease a planter to do our sunflowers. So let's pop to the store. Here we go. I want to go as wide as I can so I can get it done as quick as I can, because I also want to plant my potatoes in March as well. What am I doing? Here we are, planters. I haven't got 300 horsepower. 150, 180, which is 9 meters at 11 miles an hour. 170, which is 6.7 at no. I like using the horse stuff, but I haven't got 350s. 145, 12 meters at 9 miles an hour. I had overlooked that. Again, I would have gone to the horse 9 meters at 9 miles an hour. So what's this other one? That was the one, 9 at 11. $12 at 9. Oh, so it doesn't really make a lot of difference. So I'm going to use this because I don't think I've ever used it before. We do not. Have I got a license plate? Change. I thought I'd got rid of my license plate. Lease. Yes. Okay. Have I got a... There's no license plate on this tractor. Right. So, let's go and pick this planter up. Remember, I said in the last episode we're doing sunflowers now, and then next year we're doing canola. So I don't need a planter for a while, and I can't really afford to buy one. So, okay, that's the seeds. Now let's top up the fertilizer. Let's hope that will do. Okay. I'm going to do 48, 26 and 27. So let's go and do the small fields first. Then if it looks like I'm going to use up the fertilizer, I can top up on the way back to field 48. Before the episode started, I sold my carrots, preserved carrots. I had 1.5 trailers full of preserved carrots. So I've cleared my bank loan. So the money we have is actually ours now. Right now, I'm assuming I now go around and pick it up the other way around. Lovely. Unfold cedar. Let's line it up, and then let's remember to change the seed to sunflowers. Why? Sunflowers turn on and lower. And let's go. So we should get these small fields done pretty quickly with this wide planter. Yeah, and the fertiliser's not going down very quickly. So that's excellent news. Yeah, so 48, 26 and 27 I'm going to put sunflowers in. So 48's the really big square one that I purchased last year with potatoes. That should give us plenty of sunflowers for processing. And then potatoes, we're going to go with 86, 87 and 56. So 86 and 87 are the two large rectangle ones. 56 is one of my ones near the house, I think. So we should have a good amount of potatoes. This is actually going quicker than I'd hoped. This is great news. The one other thing I do need to do today that I've literally just realised and not thought about is I'm going to have to roll. Oh no, I don't know, does rolling... It's a roll... Yeah. Does rolling get me high yield when you're not doing... Oh, I've missed some there. When you're not doing precision farming. See, I don't do not precision farming very often. In fact, since 22 came out, this is the first time I'm doing it without precision farming. Or since the precision farming DLC came out, I should say. Oh dear, look, I've missed again. Let's lease a roller and then see what happens. That is what I think we're going to do. So I will finish this field and the next field, and then I'll come back to you guys when we are ready to start field 48. Alright guys, here we are back on field 48, planting the sunflowers. I had to top up the seeds on the way. I think the fertiliser will last. So this is the second run. So hopefully this will be quick, and then I can go and take over from the helper who has started planting the potatoes in field, I want to say field 86. I'm sure it's field 86. The one that's just a plain rectangle. We don't need a lot of horsepower for that one, so I've got that on the Fiat, although weight wise it was a little bit, you know, driving it around the front did want to come off the ground a little bit, so not the perfect tractor for the job, but it's all I've got. So that has started the potatoes for me, and when I looked at the map it did say that there was a need rolling status on these sunflower fields, so I'm going to have to roll them as well. Maybe actually what we'll do is I'll go and get a roller when I return this planter, and we'll do the rolling and we'll leave the helper on the potatoes, because there's loads of potatoes, right? The time it will take me to roll, there'll still be potatoes that will need planting later on in the episode. So yeah, now that does open up the question, do we buy a roller or do we lease a roller? Because we're always going to need a roller, whether we do canola, whether we do sunflowers, whether we do oats. Because we're always going to mix in other crops, right? We're not going to do the root ones all of the time. You want to rotate a little bit on all the fields. That's one reason we're on here with sunflowers, because we had potatoes on here last year. So I'm trying to rotate them around a little bit. We had root crops on those two small fields as well, if you remember. We had beetroot on them when we bought them. Then we did, well, beetroot and parsnips. And then last year we did carrots on them. So I've just missed a tiny little bit here. So yeah, that was the other reason I did sunflowers on them this time round. So I'm going to finish this field, and then I'll come back to you guys when it's time to return the planter and get a roller, and we can make a decision on whether we lease or buy, because I haven't got one. Yeah, and then we'll crack on with the rolling. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, here we are guys, we're back at the store. Let's just pull up here. Right, I want to unload. There we are, seeds and fertiliser. Let's pop to the menu and return the planter. Fantastic. Now, let's go to rollers. Right, this one is 12, but that's the wrong kind of roller, that's going to mulch. 5 meters, I've got that in the other game. 6.5. So I think I'm probably gonna lease the standard one. Lease 2000, yes. Okay. Right. I don't want to throw all, £40,000 into a roller, which I'm barely going to use every year, until I've got plenty of money to go around, which for now I certainly have not got. Tell you what we should do. Map. How is the helper he seems to have stopped. He's run out of potatoes. Right. Let's get to the store where I bought a pallet of potato seeds. I was thinking this year I may buy a potato bunker like I did for the carrots, although it's going to be a massive old bunker, just to have 20,000 litres of potatoes. So it's going to be a bit big, but it's cheap. I mean, £2,500 to keep that, so I've always got a store of potatoes, rather than buying them every year. Although maybe I'll just buy potato seed. It's just easier. Let's see. I think what might decide it for me is if I grow too many potatoes like I did with carrots last year. So here what you're going to see is I've got a bigger pallet than I have of the seeds, with brown bags of potato seed. Right, if I fill that up, there we go. Perfect. Oops. See what I mean by that? Whoa, by the planter is a bit too heavy for the tractor. But again, while I've only got these two, that's going to have to do. I am looking forward to the time where I can upgrade this Fiat, if I'm honest, or buy a third tractor and then just keep this Fiat for the really small jobs. Or low power jobs. But as we all know, I need to be able to buy the potato processing plant in August. So I can't afford to spend too much money. Lower the planter. Right. Hire the helper. Off he goes. We can get on with doing the rolling. Okay. Yes, there's a Pioneer Seed Pack DLC or something along those lines. So you can buy big pallets, 5,000 litre pallets of all sorts of stuff, including fertiliser. So you can buy all of the crops you harvest. Okay, let's line up. Hopefully we'll get this done in a couple of passes. Well, not literally a couple. Maybe four passes. Okay, so let's check the map. Wrong button. Here we are. So I'll be back to one fertilisation state. And there's the rolling. Okay, there we go. Now, I wanted on this map at some point, and I'm sure I've said this before, to do fertilising with digestate or slurry. But there is no sell point and there's no animals, so I think I'm going to have to leave that to the other map, and I am going to have to just stick to the liquid fertilizers, so I can use the equipment that came with the premium pack. It's a bit frustrating because I say frustrating. It's frustrating because I like using the organic method, but at the same time, I guess I do get to use the new equipment if I stick to the liquid fertilizers. I'd like to get to a place where I can buy the big self-propelled fertilizer spreader. But we'll see how we go. That's quite expensive. So I'm going to crack on with this, and then I'll come back when we've nearly finished all of the rolling. Right guys, here we go. We're just finishing off rolling field 48. I've just topped up the helper on field 56 with potatoes. He's finished that and he's just starting field 57, so we'll be finishing off field 57 when we're finished on here. So it's annoying, isn't it, when you get to the end of a field and you always got like a tiny bit left. It's just like, really? Okay, so let's just turn around. Okay, and actually, see if there's any contracts that have come up. Fertilising, oh, liking that. So we'll accept that, and that, and that. Right. Lower. Okay. That will help pay for the helper who's been doing potatoes while we've been doing the other jobs. I really want to get another class on here very quickly. I want to be able to pull a bigger cultivator, I want a bigger plough. The fields on here are big, everything takes a lot of time. I just want to get to bigger equipment as soon as possible. So here we go, we are finished on here, so let's go to fantastic. That is done. Now I did say the Fiat didn't have a sufficiently large weight on the front, so I'm going to swap over tractors. When that helper gets to the end of the row, which is pretty close, so this could be good timing to swap over vehicles. Whoa, yeah, he's nearly there. Fantastic. Right. How about that for timing? Right. Okay, let's put you over there. You can go back to the yard in a minute. See, if we check the tractors, right, the Fiat only weighs 6.6 tonnes and has a small weight on the front, whereas this weighs 9.4 tonnes and has a similar weight on the front, but with it being heavier. Now, actually, normally I put weights, wide wheels. I do normally put wide wheels or weights, but because of what we're doing with driving down the rows, this is the first time I've gone with only standard wheels and no weights, because I wouldn't want to be crushing the crop. So that's why. Ridge, yeah, this I just go, don't I? I don't have to turn it on. Off we go. Perfect. So yeah, I'm going to have to, we're already at 65%. We're going to have to fill up this planter a couple of times. I think there is a wider one. I'm pretty sure, confident there's a wider one. Again, let's stop. Why not? But I need a lot more horsepower again. The need for potato technology. I think there's a 3 metre planter I've got. Actually, what have I got? The GL 420, which is 3 metres. Yeah, so I've got that baby one on the left. Then you go to this one that has 6 metres. Oh, I could go bigger. Maybe it's because of the price, look. 129,000, that's crazy. from 46. Oh my goodness. That's 1.5 meters, 1.5 meters. Yeah. So I'll have to think about that. Do I invest in a planter, bigger planter? I don't have the money now anyway, but so that does look cool, doesn't it, eh? Alright, turn around. So I'm going to get on with this, and then I'll come back to you guys when we're done on this field. See you soon. Welcome back, guys. We are finishing off the last row here on field 56. It's taken some time. I'm very, very tempted to sell this 3 metre planter and then lease the 6 metre next time when I need it. And frustratingly, it looks like maybe I'm going to run out of potatoes in the planter before I finish the row. So I'm going to have to dash, top up, and come back and finish it. Am I going to get to the end? I don't know. But it's been nice. It's been relaxing, just sitting here, going up and down. And actually, I kind of like doing these potatoes with the ridges because it's easier to stay in a straight line than it is with a normal seeder or planter. You kind of got like a little mark to go along, you know, and you can line up the bottom of it with where the ridge should be. So yeah, potatoes and, well, the other root crops are the same, right? Actually, it looks like I might just get to the end of this row without having to refill. That would be great. So I think that is going to be it in March. It's 5 o'clock. You can see it's getting dark. So I think once we're done here, yeah, look at that. Right, lift the planter. Once we're done here, I think that's it for the day. I'm going to look to see how much this planter's worth. We can make this decision together. So if I go to here, 25,000. If I was to go and lease next time the 6 metre, it's going to cost me 6,000 plus I'll be using it for a few hours, so maybe 10,000, just over, for a couple of years usage. Actually, probably, yeah, I think that's actually what we're going to do. So let's take it now. I'm not going to worry about the 3% of potato seed in the back. I'm just going to sell it as is. I'm not going to waste time cleaning it. What we're going to do is we're going to jump in here. We'll repair that. Yes. We'll repaint that. Yes. The class will repair. Yes. The Grimmy repair. Yes. Repaint. Yes. Now look, we can sell it for 37,000. Do you know what? That's great. Because, like I said, if we now go to potato technology, we go to lease that next time. I've probably got 3 or 4 years use out of selling that planter without having to pay any maintenance costs by leasing on here. So it frees up cash right now, and then next time I've got the horsepower and I can do it all a lot quicker. I've been thinking about it a lot. I think that's, if you don't do the sowing contracts, you only use the seeders or planters, for 1 month of the year. This one's dirt cheap and it came with the farm. But if I decide to upgrade, I may well just sell this, and then depends how much canola we do. But yeah, I might sell that and then just lease again in the future. But yeah, increasingly I'm beginning to think it's worth just leasing a seeder or planter when you need it. So I'm going to clean the class, and then we're going to sleep, and we will come back next episode in April. So I think that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.